Marino insists that Nicholas hand over the gun. Then she saw Marino's body jump. She saw the books and folders he was carrying fly in all directions. She heard Marino cry, "Oh, my God! My God!" and she watched as he fell forward. And now this boy, this gangly black child with a sweet smile and serious demeanor, a student in her algebra class, had just turned toward her and pointed his gun at her, saying, "Now you." She sprinted toward the door, then out and down the short flight of steps. Nicholas followed. At first, she planned to run to the school's main building to try to get help from Marino and have someone call the police, but realized that if she did so, she would lead Nicholas right to the heart of the school. She headed instead for the church. She knew Nicholas was shooting at her. She heard one shot as she left the trailer. A few moments later, she heard another. She had the good sense to run serpentine fashion like a character in a grade B war movie, as Nicholas fired shot after shot at her back, sweeping the courtyard with a back-and-forth motion, stopping his pursuit now and then to clear a jammed cartridge. For Alan and Nicholas both, the sound was deafening. Her ears rang. His hurt. After each shot, she would pause an instant, wondering if she had been hit, waiting to see if she would fall. Then immediately she'd start running again, glancing back at intervals to see where Nicholas was and if he was still pursuing her. Alan reached the end of the courtyard. With nowhere else to go, she made a sharp turn around the end of one of the classroom trailers. Something struck her with shocking force and knocked her immediately to the ground. With Nicholas close behind, firing at her, she had turned that corner and run face first into a utility shed. "I hit the shed full force," she said. "I hit it, fell down. There was ringing around my ears. I fell down and I was trying to get underneath the trailer, trying some way to get away." Breathless and petrified, she wriggled under the trailer. "It was not the smartest thing to do, if you think about it," Detective Adams told me. As she lay there, she struggled for breath. She was indeed trapped. She watched Nicholas's legs as he advanced along the pavement outside. "My God, make him stop," she whispered. "My God, please make him stop." He took 2 more steps in her direction, then turned around. 2 things had distracted Nicholas: a loud thumping noise nearby, and Sam Marino, who, wounded in the shoulder, now stood at the door to room T-108. When Susan Allen had fled the room, Marino recalled Nicholas had run past him in pursuit. "I got myself up off the floor and noticed my shoulder had a tremendous ache in it." He moved toward the door, opened it, and shouted for help. "Please help me! I've been shot! I've been shot!" All of a sudden, he said, I looked down the steps, and there he was again. Nicholas stood only 3 or 4 feet away at the bottom of the steps. This time he aimed a bit lower. The gun, once advertised by its manufacturer as the gun that made the 80s roar, roared again. There was an elliptical flare. The bullet penetrated Marino's abdomen. Marino fell onto the steps, then managed to stand again. He allowed himself to fall inside the classroom. He grabbed the doorknob, shut the door, and locked it. Nicholas tried to open it, then gave up. Meanwhile, the thumping had gotten louder. Nicholas knew the noise. He had heard it before during a class, when kids in a nearby trailer had been playing a game to see who could stamp hardest on the floor of the trailer. In this case, however, the thumping was the sound made as terrified students scrambled to the rear of the trailer. On any other Friday, Nicholas would have been in that trailer, attending the Bible class taught by Hutch Madison. Marino, who had by now pulled himself to a window of room T-108, watched as Nicholas crossed the courtyard, climbed the steps of the opposite trailer, and shot out the glass window in the door. Hutch Madison had heard a loud explosion. Like Marino, he assumed at first it had been generated by a large firecracker. He looked over his shoulder, out the window of his classroom. "I saw Mr. Marino hanging out the door, yelling, 'Help! Help! He shot me! I've been shot!'" At the time, I